Charles, thank you very much for coming to BLISS conference. I just want to know what's your take on our conference in Rio these last 2 days.
Well, boa tarde, Paulo. I had a wonderful time. I rediscovered my personal interest in learning the Portuguese language. I very much enjoyed the beachfront location when running on the beach this morning before the conference started. But most of all, I enjoyed the discussions, the networking, learning opportunities from all the different speakers, the panels. It really was very exciting, and there was a lot on offer, many different topics.
Yeah. And one of our conversations when we were talking about the association, you brought the thing about the too many discussions about AI, but overlooking the bigger picture. Would you like to add to that to people that were not here about to see what's happening outside and what implicates in our industry?
Well, the big picture is that this is a very interesting and healthy moment for our industry. There are so many opportunities that people didn't have 20 years ago or 30 years ago, and not to mention 40 years ago. I mean, we are at a crossroads where you can translate subtitles, you can translate books, you can translate computer software, you can be an interpreter, travel the world. There's so many different things, so many different opportunities that have been opened up by technology. And of course, technology is challenging, especially some types of technology are more challenging than others and for different people. But this is a moment where our profession as linguists, translators, interpreters, localizers, and all the associated jobs that go into translation, interpreting, and localization companies, the whole industry has just taken off. I mean, there wasn't even an industry 30 or 40 years ago. And now we have conferences like the second BLISS conference, great location, great content. I mean, this is all new, it's all happening. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a question of the glass being half full or half empty. As far as I'm concerned, the glass is overflowing with opportunities. Yes, people are a little bit scared about AI, but I think people have gone from being scared to being tired.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And for our last question, Bliss and Juntos were born almost at the same time, right? You were born a little bit before, and then Bliss came up. Since we are a younger associations, how do you feel our role growing our associations in our markets like Brazil or Latin America and Caribbean? How can we forge and enrich our environment of companies, translators, interpreters?
Well, that's a very good question. I think that the challenges that BLISS and Juntos face are similar. What we're doing is we're trying to create opportunities for linguists to network and benchmark and coach and mentor and learn and teach. Meet people, and learn new things. And the best way to do this, since we're no longer in the pandemic, is face-to-face. So I would encourage both organizations to organize their annual conference and put a lot of emphasis on that. So, we need to get more Brazilians going to Juntos. Next year, Juntos is in Mexico City, March 14 and 15. We only had 6 Brazilians in Lima just this last March, which is a terribly low number. But I'm very confident there'll be more Brazilians in Mexico. When we did the first Juntos conference 2 blocks away from here in Rio de Janeiro, we had like 20. So we went down in Lima. So I think we need to encourage people to join in, contribute. Everything you contribute, you will get back. You will get back more than you contribute. I'm convinced of that. And it's an educational process. You'll learn about other markets. You'll find out that other people have the same problems you have. You will find out that other people have already solved the problems you have, and you can learn from their solutions. And you can also get the self-gratification of helping other people resolve things that they are facing. So I don't see there's any downside. I mean, okay, and you can, if you really want it, you can take your family on vacation with you and justify it as a family vacation. But really, it's an amazing opportunity for us. Now, the challenges that BLISS faces, the same as Juntos, is getting the people to go. I mean, we need more people. We need people to get involved. We need people to say, okay, I'm an introvert. I don't want to go to your conference. But somebody in your organization is going to be an extrovert, and you should pay them to go. It's an investment that will pay off. And we are, I don't like talking about being behind or ahead, but we're definitely, in Europe, they have been doing this for 30 years, In the United States, the ALC has been organizing conferences for more than 20 years. So we have some catching up to do. And Latin America and the Caribbean is a very big region. Brazil in itself is a very big country. And the Paulistas, they don't want to go anywhere other than Rio or Sao Paulo. The Cariocas don't want to go anywhere other than Rio. So it's a tricky situation, but you've got to make the investment. It's not really that long a flight to go to Foz do Iguaçu or Porto Alegre or wherever the next events will be organized. You're going to get so much out of it. I'm convinced of that.
Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you for your presence here in the conference. You made a lot of much more richer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was great to be here.
Great.